has been hit.
Oh.
People can regrettably see us and hear us. Let's click up there. There we go.
We apologize to any orphans that are currently listening to this stream.
I don't.
I mean, God, I hate
supposed
saying this,
to be
but how would they be?
Surprise.
Yeah.
God, I hate
You're a good person, Jeff.
I really feel like I am. Oh, I used to be. And then I met Jeremy.
It's all Jeremy's fault.
Consequences were never the same after that.
Never the same.
Never.
So, yeah, welcome to the goddamn show. We're here playing some more Weird Frontiers. And yeah, the orphan jokes lead to the ending of last session where we, the party just killed a bunch of fucking orphans, which was fantastic. They may have been like,
were dead when we killed them.
Yeah, they may have been like ice zombie orphans, like mutated ice zombie orphans, but still,
re-killed them.
Re-killed them. It is, you got to do what you got to do, right?
It's true.
So yeah, let's go through and we'll do some little introductions. Then we'll do a little recap and then get back into it. So yeah, let's just go in overlay order. If you want to tell us who you are, plug your pluggables, and then tell us who you're playing tonight. Bert, I'll let you kick it off.
Sure. I'm Bert Bizlab on the intertubes. Check out Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com for the podcast, and of Steam, Steal, and Murder on the twitch.tv/Steam, Steal, and Murder for the stream. And I'm playing the Lion tonight, who got wrecked last episode a little bit.
There's a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
He might need a nap.
It was okay.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Dan.
Hey everybody, I'm Dan, and I play Glint. And by I play Glint, I mean I mostly spectate everybody else playing while Glint is unconscious. But yes,
that's it.
Every once in a while, he kills a magic moose, and it's glorious.
every now and then I go nuts, and then I make up for it by just being unconscious the rest of the time.
Just like real hot and cold streaks, man. You're never in the middle. You're either hot or you're cold.
He wakes out of a stupor and unloads his gun and kills something, and then just goes back to for
like a really long spaghetti western with nothing happening, followed by like 9 people dying, and then nothing happening.
That's it. That's it. All right.
He's got narcolepsy. That's all it is. Just a little bit of narcolepsy.
That's it. All right, Jake.
I'm Jake with the Defenders of Kobold, and I'll be playing the Olympian, who is a dead Greek servant of Charon, walking around in an American dead guy's body.
Cool. All right, over at the other side, up top, we got Jeff.
Hey, Jeff from Adventures Lollygagging. We play various games on the internet at twitch.tv/the Lollygaggers. On Fridays, you can catch us playing Delta Green. On Mondays, we alternate between Alien on our channel and Things from the Flood on the Free League Publishing channel. And starting up soon on, I think it's May 1st, we're gonna start playing some Worlds Without Number as well. So another game to look forward to.
Nice.
I am playing Mama Purdy, who is a hellbilly, short, squat, very well endowed, high level of girth, I would say. Who she drinks from a jug. She plays music. She's thick. She plays music on like a little washerboard thing. She summons a pot-bellied pig, and apparently she's very good at burning orphans. So there's that.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Gotta play into your strengths.
Got to. Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, we got Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm an adopted kobold, and I'll sometimes talk about comics and other nonsense on the Pludcast, PLEWD. But more importantly, I'm going to be playing Cletus Calloway Redding. He's an itty-bitty man with a big, big name. He's basically what would go wrong if you taught the secrets of the Far East to a man from the Deep South. And, well, it's not that he'd go out of his way to kick an orphan in the face, but he's real good at it.
Yes.
I just realized you're playing the Master, if you guys remember that 80s TV series, except you're a hick.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I'm trying to figure out why my commands aren't working.
I'm looking up that TV series. I don't think I've seen it.
Oh,
It's been forever. Like now that you mention, I'm like, oh yeah.
All right, so yeah, the short of it is, you were all traveling to Dugan's Butthole, or Dugan's Hole, as it's listed on the map, and you came across a very peculiar-looking, mostly dead person who tried to fight you, and you all murdered promptly. You then followed their tracks back and leading you to the lake just north of East Haven. On the lake, a giant shape was swimming under the water, broke the ice, spit out a bunch of some more of these weird zombie creatures. You fought them, and then Mama Purdy's magical pig buddy followed the creature back to Bryn Shander, where the creature swallowed an orphanage, led you all out into the snow, and then planted a trap with 14 undead orphans that you had to fight and kill. You fought them, you killed them. It gave you a dire warning, and for the life of me, I don't remember what that was. And that's kind of where we left off. Everyone was in rough shape. I don't remember if we headed back to town so you all could recoup, or if we're just picking up right where we were in the snow.
Yeah, I think we just left off in the snow.
Mama Purdy feels just fine. And a scratch on her. She's drunk as shit, but that's just normal.
Just a day with the engine of letter Y.
It's just 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Someone's got to be smashed.
That's true. All right, so what's the plan?
Ooh, well, we still haven't found the thing, right?
No.
So at the bottom of this hole, is there a tunnel leading out where it continue to burrow along?
You do find a bit of a tunnel. It's mostly collapsed by this point from it leaving. So yeah, I mean, if you wanted to try and follow this tunnel, you're gonna have to get some shovels and start trying to dig it out, which is gonna be an undertaking. You know, I'm sure Lion and Yeetus can handle some grunt labor, but it's gonna be tough. But yeah, it seems at the moment that it has escaped your grasp.
Well, the lion feels like a much needed siesta. Should happen soon.
Well, maybe we can get ourselves back to town, get you some rest. Maybe we should notify some next of kin of tragic events that we were not directly responsible for.
They're orphans. There are no next of kin.
Oh yeah.
Consider
I'm not
the
very
next
bright.
kid notified, since you already know now, Cletus. You were the next of kin. You were the chosen one.
I hate you. Well, I ain't burying them.
Well, seeing as they left this huge crater in the middle of town here, I think sooner or later people are going to fill the hole in. That's burial enough, I'd guess.
Yeah, what he said.
Okay.
I'll conduct some very janky, oh, please, God of the underworld, let the snow that blows over these people be good enough to bury them, sort of final rites.
Okay.
Sure that God takes orphans.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't, there's a hungry ground worm that'll do it.
Well, somebody will take him.
That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right. So you all say those of you who do, say some prayers, respects for the bodies. You head back to town. I would presume heading to the Inner Tavern to lick your wounds for a little bit.
Yeah, we need to let the local law enforcement know what happened.
Yeah, it's not a problem. You
Whoever
can.
that happens to be.
The town is in disarray still because the creature did destroy a portion of the wall. It did create this huge sinkhole underneath the orphanage. So yeah, it's definitely a state of emergency at this point. So you could easily find a sheriff or a marshal or something like that. Maybe you find one. I don't know, tending to injured from, or helping reconstruct the fallen portion of the wall. How would you notify them? What do you want to say to them for this notification? This could be entertaining.
Well, I mean, they need to know about the worm, right?
Yeah.
Especially since the worm creates zombie.
Mm-hmm. You got this.
I got
Yeah.
this, guys. I got it. It's fine. Hey, listen. There's a giant worm that's underneath. You can never see it coming. And at any point, at any time, night, day, not that we have those things here, but, night or day, it can erupt from the ground anywhere. Your walls don't mean nothing. Your swords, your spears, whatever, they don't mean nothing. It can swallow a whole building, and then it shits out the inhabitants of that building as ice zombies. But there's good news. There's good news. There is some prime real estate available where that other orphanage was. So if you put your coins together, you might be able to find yourself a new place for like a guardhouse or something right there. So there we go.
Oh,
This-
ma'am, that was a roller coaster of, thank you.
Hey, we're big damn heroes, so no problem.
Okay.
Order some dynamite, just in case.
You got any dynamite?
We could probably get some from the mine, yeah. Head up to Lonelywood or Tourmaline.
Can you give me some?
No,
I'll look
I mean,
over Mama Purdy's shoulder at the deputy and be like,
I'm very responsible. I'm a mother.
ma'am,
Name.
it smells like if we expose you to an open flame that you might explode. I'm gonna probably have to decline on giving you dynamite.
You want to see me explode? You want to see me explode?
Start drinking from the jug. Go straight down to smash now.
Oh no.
I was at inebriate before, and then I'm just gonna be like,
Hey, Cletus, come here.
What are you thinking, Mama?
Come here.
All right. I trust you. I shouldn't.
Turn around.
Oh.
Turn around.
and I'm just gonna blow fire on his ass.
Damn you, Mama. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 4 or 5 times, and I got a learning problem.
I'll just impress you know how to count. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, me too.
But anyway, I am a professional with fire, as you can see.
I see that.
Well, thank you for giving me these fine, fancy, assless chaps. It's cold as hell now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some pants. You got a pant? You got like a Sears here or something? JC Penney or something?
No, we got a Montgomery Ward.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, I guess it's only for Cletus.
I'm just gonna
Get some
waddle wherever
fine
they point.
corduroys from there.
There you go. Anyway, yeah, you find some replacement pants for Cletus. That's not a trouble. Some, as it's mentioned in chat, maybe some cat calls and whistles in the distance.
You know it.
Um,
Can I pay extra to get them? I got some of that pyrite early on. Wondering if they can put like some rhinestones and whatnot in these new jeans. Get them bedazzled.
okay, well, I was just gonna have him just give you new pants, but if you're wanting that done, he's gonna charge you.
I'll pay extra.
He'll probably charge you a couple bucks.
Perfect.
But
Tell
yeah,
you
in a
what.
Vegas Elvis jumpsuit.
He will make
Yeah,
you
man.
pyrite rhinestoned leather pants.
Tell you what if I give you $10 and you make me a jacket to match? Give me one of them there Canadian tuxedos. A bedazzled Canadian tuxedo.
That's it. Yes, you get what you want. He's like, I'm gonna need a day to get all these rhinestones attached, but you got it.
I'm happier than a pig in shit. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So if we want, we can go ahead while we're waiting. We'll just say we're gonna do a long rest during this time. Does anyone else want to do any shopping or arousing while we're waiting for the Canadian tuxedo, as Cletus put it?
Lions
what
is
kind of
going to
guns
find.
do they sell here?
What's that?
What kind of guns do they sell?
They'll sell a decent amount. I mean, a frontier town like this, you got to be well armed. Let's go look at some appendixes. Is there any particular thing you're looking for?
Something with a firing rate better than 2-1. Or 1-2. Better than 1 every 2 rounds.
I mean, there's several pistols like that. The Star revolver is a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we look at the... That's just the... Where is that at?
It's in the appendix. All the guns are in the appendix.
Yeah, I'm looking. I must have found the simplified one. Yep, firearm
Yep.
simplified. I need to find the advanced. Keep on scrolling. All right, so you're wanting something with a little bit higher rate of fire. I would probably say that Star, probably the Colt Army. You could pick up some of those, maybe a Colt Navy. Both of those are rate of fire setting at 2. I'll tell you what, if you want one of those Star Army revolvers, they'll have those. Rate of fire is 3 on that. And let's see here. I would charge you... Let's see how much money I'm going to charge you for that. I'll charge you about $15 for one of them.
Alrighty. I'll buy $15 for $15 for the gun, and then I'll buy an extra 10 rounds of ammunition.
Sure, we'll go just a couple bucks for the ammo. Don't want you to spend a
Yeah, I'll
lot,
look it
seeing
up
as
in-
I'm not counting it.
Once I can find out where it's at, I'll go ahead and I'll adjust my monies appropriately.
Sure. And if you're looking for the stats of that on the PDF, it's listed on page 846.
846. All right. Thank you.
Cool. Bert, what were you saying?
I'm just going to go find a place to take a nice little nap.
Sure. You can find an inn or a tavern. They know you there. They're willing to put you up for relatively cheap with some food thrown in on it as well. Dan, did you ever finish your work with the gunsmith?
I did, and most of it is stuff that I'm probably not going to end up doing off the top of my head, because some of it's like knives and bashing and things like that, and I think they're probably a little more useful for people who aren't gunslinging.
Okay.
There was one I was going to try and do, but I don't know how to account for it in the sheet. So I forgot to talk to Bert about it, because it was like the concealment and like the little like quick holsters and some things like that. So
Yeah. I'd say just make a note of it on your sheet.
Yeah. Just remember what it does.
yeah, I figure I'll get it done later again.
Okay.
This time I'll have to do it. I have the money for it at least, so
Cool.
I'm not worried about that.
All right. Well, you all spend a day here licking wounds, getting clothes, getting some better weapons. You're, you know, healed up a little bit. Maybe some magical healing might be needed on some people who were really far down there. But other than that, you're ready to set back out into the world.
Yeah, I tell you what, I suppose for we do our night's rest where we get back some of our personality. Might just go over the line like, look, man, I'll let Mama Purdy do that. No, she's about passed out. Okay. Well, since we can't trust her not to burn you more, I'll just kind of lay down a little healing on you.
Oh, there you go.
I ain't healing shit, so you did.
Yeah, I didn't.
The lion usually charges $1 for the touching, but
well, tell you what, maybe you cut me a break on that. Thank you for the privilege. So if I do that, it's Mystic Mending is Cheetah plus level. So
hang on one second. I think I could boost this ever so slightly. It won't be great, but
with drunken caterwauling.
If I do Soul Soother, because I don't think I did Soul Soother. So if you need more, let me know. I could do a Soul Soother thing. I wasn't sure if it was like amplifying your heal or if it was just a different heal entirely.
I give you 7.
That's
I'm not the best healer, but
Okay.
I can give you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just going to be a couple down at that point. That's
cool.
fine.
All right.
Well, I mean, if you're just a couple of downs, just come over here, partner.
You got to watch out for her touching.
We try to say.
I'm saying your mama bad touch.
I don't like that name at all. I'm Purdy.
I know you are. I just
Purdy.
don't trust you until I forget not to trust you and you burn my ass again.
I mean, that hurts just a little bit down here. I'm
Details.
trustworthy.
I know you can't find your heart, can you? You're trying to point for it, but you couldn't find it.
You're okay with me burning a bunch of orphans, but I burn your ass a couple times.
Well, I like my ass. I don't give a shit about no orphans.
All right, fair enough.
But I will go ahead and sing a song.
A pretty terrible one.
About the
'cause I'm
Southland?
smashed.
And you can take 3. Hang on, sorry. How much? You can take 4 more.
Oh, okay.
From Soul Soother. It's like I can, and anybody there can also heal 4 too, but that's it. I can't do any more healing than that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll go ahead and
takes
stick
care of
that on Yeetus as well. I think that takes him up
Yeah.
to full.
Yeah, me too. So that is awesome.
Cool. All right. Everyone's healed up. What's the plan next?
Dugan's butthole.
Yeah, I don't think we never got ourselves into that butthole, did we?
Never got into that
No.
butthole.
No,
The
is
sickly
that,
butthole, though. Right? That's the one.
that
that's
is where
all.
we were going when we
Yeah.
got misdirected, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this time you all set out. The trek to Dugan's butthole is uneventful. You head down the east way. You turn south. Hey, Melissa. Pass through Goodmead. And find yourselves in the tiny little village of Dugan's Hole. And I have a map
Where
for this.
new mistakes will be made.
New mistakes. So, tiny town. Not a whole lot. As you head into town, it's quiet. You don't see hardly anyone moving around. There is a small tavern in town. It's what's flagged on the map as the Speaker's House. We're going to name that tavern Dugan's Drinking Hole. But yeah, I mean, like, you see some smoke coming out of some of the chimneys. But really, you don't see much of anyone moving around. What do y'all want to do?
Particularly cold day or something.
It's a cold day, but it's not.
Are there any chimney fires coming out of the houses?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
Do we see anything in like alleyways, like trash or
Yeah. There are
bodies or orphans or something?
no orphans, no bodies. There's signs of life, right? So yeah, you do see, you know, refuse in the streets. You do see some smoke coming out of the chimneys. You can see that there's lights on in the tavern.
And no orphan bodies, just to make sure we're clear.
No orphan bodies.
All right.
You do see, you know, moving by, you see the
1 second.
frozen bits in the snow here and there where people empty out their, you know, their night pails out their windows, but you don't see anyone. It's, you know, ghost town, but there's just no one out on the streets.
And no signs of a scuffle in the snow. No red snow laying around anywhere.
No, not in the least.
We did hear they were like all sickly or something, right?
That is accurate.
Maybe everyone's so darn infirm that they're just quarantining or something in their homes or some such.
Yeah, it sounds like this might be one of them unique situations where you sneak up to a window and just peek in.
Let's do it. Let's take a look at one of these ones that's got the smoke coming out the chimney.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be all pitter patter sneaky.
So if you want to be all pitter patter sneaky, give me a stealth test.
I think I will.
Sneak or whatever it's called in this system.
Do the rhinestone pants hurt his sneak ability because they're so blazingly beautiful?
I'm okay if they do.
What?
What kind of penalty you want to give me?
For sound based, no. For sight based, yes, they will. They will definitely give you a penalty.
Take whatever you want off of that.
Which is so high.
We'll take a 2 off of it.
It's worth it. It's like them people that put bells on their shoes. I go for rhinestones.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Well, you knocked it out of the park. Is that a reflex save?
Because I get to add my reflex save as
cool.
my sneak bonus, so
Cool.
it's easier just to click the.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you move up, no problem. You find a small little cottage with smoke coming out. You see a little bit of flickering light in the window, like it's off a lantern or something. You move up and you peek in. And Tombstone fails that that stealth test. Does not sneak into chat. But anyway, you peer into the window through the, thin curtains. You can find a little gap to look into it. And you can see, looking in, there's a small room, little cottage, like I said. There's a bed laid out. There's looks like an old woman lying in the bed. She looks ill right off the bat. She's got kind of pale skin. It's sagging some, kind of a strange, like, hollow look on her eyes. But you see a young boy kind of moving around, tending to the fire a little bit. He moves over to a table and he's feeding himself a meal. Real simple. Looks like a thin soup and dunking some heels of bread into it. But he seems to be okay. But the woman, and it's kind of hard to tell her age. She looks kind of old lying there, but looks ill enough that it might be thrown off. She might not actually be as old as she looks. She might just be real sick.
Well, I know this is going to sound funny, you guys. I was kind of hoping I'd see something like real fucked up, but it just looks real sad in there. Just a old lady getting tended to by her boy, and she don't look too good.
This is just real ordinary instead.
Yeah, just kind of that ordinary sad. The type I like the kind of sad that you can punch in the face and make it go away. I don't really know what to do about something like this.
Like those
Bunch of
orphans.
ladies. What are you trying to say? You say we can't take a punch? You can punch us anytime. Go ahead, give it a try. Watch what happens.
I feel like we are broken down in this communication. I know better than to try and punch you. You burn my damn hand off.
Maybe even just bite it off.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. She would let me punch her, bite my fist, and then burn my knuckles off.
Got like 3 teeth, so I don't know if I can bite it off.
It's gonna take a minute.
You ever been noodling? Never mind. I'm not going down
Actually, yeah, I have.
that.
I've been noodling.
And everyone's going to regret this conversation later. Bert, roll me an intelligence test.
Oh, really? Sure. Yeah.
Did their ears perk up about noodling?
You did good. Yeah. As Mama Purdy and Cletus are here arguing and having an excited conversation about noodling, you pick it up. It's almost muffled by the kind of the cold wind blowing through. But it's the crunch that you recognize as like footprints. And you kind of look around and you can see kind of shuffling down a back alley. You can see a man, looks sickly, kind of tall, frail. Looks like he hasn't eaten in a while. He's got a kind of like a shawl blanket wrapped over his shoulders. He's barefoot walking through this snow. Same kind of thing. Looks like loose skin, looks real pale. He's got a kind of vacant, fucking Christ, goddamn words. I'm not going to say that word. I'll give up on it. Empty expression on his
look.
He's got the Vakeman look.
Vacant.
I don't know what it is. The end's just like, I'm going to slip in up ahead here and fuck everything up.
Yeah, just the tip, man. Get that in there.
Just yeah.
Yes.
And he seems to be unaware of you, but he's just kind of shuffling down this kind of like little alley, little walkway between these two houses.
All right. I
Shuffling.
will just grab the closest person to me and say, look.
I will presumably be that person since I'm not arguing.
Sure.
The lion is going to start calling them shamblers. We have a shambler.
Oh, my favorite time to take a nap has arrived.
Yeah, you, as the lion yells out, like, gives a warning, Glint notices. This man finally kind of realizes that you're there, looks up towards the group of you. Hey.
Oh, is it not nap time yet? This guy appears to be normal.
I can't find my shoes.
You drunk?
No.
You remember where you had them last?
Oh, my toes are cold.
Funny thing about snow, it'll do that to you.
Yep.
I
Do
think
you know where your home is?
No.
Well, you are in a pickle
I think,
because we don't know either.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go take a nap. And
Where?
I don't know. And he kind of turns around on the spot and starts like slowly trudging away, dragging his feet through the snow away from you.
Since he's turned around, I might go ahead and just pull both of my pistols out real quick and get kind of close to him and see if I feel that like cold that we feel every time we get near one of them.
You move up to him and you do not feel it. You can see as you move closer, his feet are clearly suffering from the effects of frostbite at this point.
Oh, that guy's poor feet.
He's got, cold. His lips are turned a little blue. He's got a little bit of not so pleasant color on the tip of his nose from the cold. Yeah.
Man, that is just sad as hell. But I can tell you from personal experience, there ain't no cure for stupid.
No, he's got a bad case of it, it looks like.
Y'all good at the whole, lasso thing. Y'all a bunch of cowboys and such.
Mm-hmm.
Someone go ahead and fix a lasso around him. We'll bring him somewhere warm.
Okay. He's not really moving, not really trying to resist in any way. So yeah, if you want to fix up a lasso and just toss it over him, I won't
Just
make you
don't
roll
get too
for it.
close.
Yeah.
Just don't get too close to him, is all I'm saying.
Hmm.
And yeah,
All right.
you got him lassoed. Are you just going to drag him, or are you going to lead him like a lost puppy?
All right. Like a lost puppet, more likely.
Okay.
Come on, little fella.
I'm gonna find you somewhere warm to cuddle.
Yes,
Just be clear, I'm not adopting this son of a bitch.
Oh, no, it's going to be called something different. You'll be mentoring him for a very long time.
Maybe he'll adopt you.
I ain't never met anybody dumb enough to do that.
I don't know. He ain't looking very bright. But anyway, this here tavern place, Dugan's Stupid Trap, whatever it's called.
uh-huh.
Is there
Dugan's
is there
Donuts.
Yeah.
chimney active here and everything?
It's gone.
Oh.
There's lights on inside.
Why don't we go on in there? That seems like a good place to start, and maybe get this old codger by the fire or something. At the very least, maybe some folks in there might know a little bit about what the hell's going on.
Sure. Yeah, you head on over to Dugan's Drinking Hole. It's one of the larger buildings in town. It's got a couple chimneys on it. They're both going. Good plume of smoke coming out of each of them. You move up to the front door of it. Just head on in.
I think I'll do one of those, like, kick the door open and stand back and see what happens. Say, if we can get a little. I don't want to walk inside until I see what I'm walking into. So I'll try to kick the door open.
Sure. You give the door a kick. It kind of swings open. And looking inside, you can see it's a average-looking tavern. But all of the tables have been moved over to one side, kind of stacked up in a corner. And there's beds and cots kind of laid out across it, like it's been set up as an infirmary of sorts. And you can see there's people in the beds, lying in the beds, covered up. They all got kind of the same look, kind of sagging, pale skin, kind of hollow look in their eyes. But there's a handful of people moving around just fine, tending to them. There's one who's in what looks like, like a nurse's kind of outfit. A lot of them have like bandanas over their face, over their nose and mouths. But yeah, they're
I'll lean over to Glent and say, "Is Dugan's Hole a leper colony? Would explain why there's so many problems with his rear end."
It looks like it's certainly rotting straight through.
Place was named for the first body part that fell off from leprosy.
Yeah.
Now, I know this is going to sound like a real asshole thing to say, but I don't think none of us are healers.
I believe you mean a
And-
real Dugan's Hole sort of thing to say.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just saying there's a part of me that wants to limit how long I'm here.
Makes sense. Hey, you in there with the thing, helping people. Come help. We got a stray for you.
And the woman with the kind of the nurse's getup. Fine, just hurry up and get that door closed. You're letting out all her heat. She comes kind of storming over, and "Oh, Mr. Jeffries, get on in here. Your feet. Oh my God, your feet." As she escorts him in and lays him down on an open cot.
"Excuse me, nurse. Where's Dugan? And what seems to be the problem with his hole?"
It's whole. If you want to see Dugan's Hole, it's just west of town a little bit, but it's a very weird way to phrase that. Yeah, strange way to phrase that.
"What ails these folks?"
I'm not sure. It's not like any sickness I've seen before. Doesn't seem to affect everyone, and as far as I'm not sure how it's spreading. Presuming they have germ theory back in this year.
Can they not rise and end their lives in glorious combat?
No, they can't. I don't think even if they could, I don't think they would want to. We're hoping for a healthy recovery, not death by combat.
But what if they're victorious in combat?
Well, then it wouldn't be death by combat. He said death by combat.
Wouldn't they feel good before they get killed in their next combat?
Are you
Maybe
all...
make them fight each other, and then half of them die and feel good about dying in combat, and then you only got half to take care of. It's a win-win.
So if I can be frank, we're largely a group of people that inflict violence upon people worse than ourselves. And we heard you had trouble, but it doesn't seem like the sort of trouble we can inflict violence upon.
Yeah. I don't think beating up a bunch of sick people would do you any good.
Cletus, that should go on a t-shirt.
I mean, we're still not entirely sure what caused this. I mean, it all started after Jeffrey came back, but he's been missing for a handful of days, and when I got to town, I was hoping to talk to him to find out what he got into and what he brought back with him.
Oh, you mean that fellow out there we just brought over?
No, there's another Jeffrey, Mr. Rockheim. He considers himself a bit of an explorer or adventurer, from my understanding, and he was out on some expedition and talking about stars falling from the sky or something like that. And
oh God,
say, is he in here one of them beds or?
No, as I said, he's been missing for a handful of days.
Right,
Well,
I'm sorry. I only listened to like half of what you said.
He's not like way up in Dugan's hole either.
Does he by chance have like some sort of house here where we could, and I know this is going to sound crazy, where we could maybe get in and get our hands upon some underwear or something?
It's underwear. That's you. Were
I know.
I think that's should I call the sheriff?
Cletus, why are you asking for this man's underwear?
That's
what is wrong with you?
I hate you so much sometimes.
That is incredibly inappropriate. I'm so sorry, man. We've been trying to train him in the ways of civilized folk. It has proven to be a difficult task.
Well, I mean, I'm presuming with as dumb as he is, you've only tried the carrot so far. You might try the stick a little bit and see if you get any further.
Okay. Glint, shoot him.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, no, I probably shouldn't do it in front of these poor decent folk in here.
All right, just pistol it. Now, anyway, about that, huh?
Damn it. I didn't think you'd do it.
I don't want to roll it because we know I'll mess this up somehow.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Let's just act like I did it, please.
You have any idea where this man might have gone to? We are good at things. We could poke around his home to find clues and such as to what might have befallen this fine town.
Sure. From my understanding, his house is just west of the docks. If you look at the little map, it's I can't ping that map. It's not a pingable map. Pretty much if you go northwest of that long house, it's the last house in that little row right between it and that whatever that 20 stones of Thrum is. We're not doing anything with that. But anyway, she gives you instructions that you could follow to find his house.
Now, madam, I saw a hill over there with like 20 different stones. What exactly is that?
That is Dugan's whole. Originally, it was a mining place, like most of these things. And then, back in the 60s, someone brought in some. This is the 1860s. Someone brought in some rubber trees from, the heart of the Congo or whatever the fuck it is, and the 20 stones of Thrum were actually the 20 rubber trees that they planted, intended for years. And after the kind of the mine died down, they were able to use the rubber from those trees to spin off a rather lucrative mail order sex toy business for a while. But eventually the rubber trees died from the cold.
Go on. Never mind. I don't got time for that.
I think it was
They're
called
not just sick, they're all insane.
yeah, I think it was called like Frosty Dragon or something like that.
Interesting. Well, is there anything else that you might suspect might be the culprit behind this illness? Is it just the timing is questionable with this man's disappearance?
Wait, it was pretty, a couple of days after he came back, people started getting whatever this sickness is, and it seems to progress. The further along it goes, the more vacant they become, I guess you could say. But
Did he bring anything with him back? Food, artifacts?
I don't know on this. Listen,
Small children.
they brought me in after people started getting sick. I came down from East Haven. But yeah, I've just heard hearsay. Yeah. I would certainly, if you could find him, that would be fantastic, because then we could maybe find out what he did, who he came in contact with, and
Contact tracing. I got you. I
Yeah.
understand. Sounds like a good idea. See how helpful she was? Wasn't she helpful?
Delightful.
thanks.
I'm
Now,
talking to you right now.
if you
Oh, Cletus.
You shut up, please.
would be kind enough to close the door so my patients don't keep battling this chill, I'll be
Slam it in her face.
You see, they still battle something. Mother Nature is a worthy opponent.
True. True. All right. Head to this dude's house. Yeah, you. Sure enough, you head on over. You can find it easy enough. Hey, Party Wipe Games. Find it easy enough with the instructions. It's slightly better shape than some of the other houses in the area. There's no lights on the inside, no smoke coming out of the chimney. It's got a door on the front, kind of facing into the town, a door on the back facing off to the lake, with plenty of windows here and there. What do you all want to do? How do you all want to approach it? Looks like it's slightly larger too. It's a multi-room house versus most of these, which are just kind of single room.
We kick the door in.
All right, you kick the door in. I won't make you roll it because the lion is more than capable of kicking a door in. So you give it a hard boot, and the door flies open. You're looking into a, dark house, no lights on the inside. But you can see it's furnished fairly well. It's got, rugs of different creatures on the ground, taxidermied animals hanging on the walls, maybe a map or two sprawled across a table. Odds, knickknacks here and there of this dude's travels. Maybe an old musket or something like that hanging above the mantle. Mantle doesn't look like it's seen fire in it for quite a while, but it does look like it wasn't cleaned since its last usage. Like someone started a fire in there and just kind of let it burn down and never cleaned out the ashes after that. You move kind of back, you find a bedroom, you find a small kitchen dining area in there with a simple cast iron stove, Bedroom's got a fairly large bed on it with, blankets made out of looks like maybe like a bear fur or something like that. Probably looks awesome. Probably itchy to sleep with. What all do you want to look for specifically? What all you want to do inside? And I'll probably have some intelligence or perception or whatever the fuck this game has for that.
Check under the rug.
Sure, you check
Look
under...
for like trapdoors or something.
Sure, give me a luck test.
Yeah, ready?
You roll under. So, you throw the rug back, and sure enough, you see a small hatch.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I'll open it.
Sure, you open the hatch, and there's a fairly sturdy ladder descending down into what actually looks like another finished room underneath.
Boy, I hope I don't find a Kandarian dagger down there.
Go down.
I will.
Sure.
The others can search up in the room. I will go down into the room. Into the
I'll
cellar.
watch.
Sure.
Despite Mama Purdy giving me shit for it earlier, I'm looking for some underwear for him to give to his pig.
Oh no, it's a good idea. I just thought it'd be funny, to make you look crazy. That's all.
Oh, I know. I get it.
It's having a good time, Cletus. Come on,
That's
man.
fantastic.
I get it. I get it.
I want to check out the rafters, see if anything. We never look high. I'll take a look high and see if
Sure.
anything's hidden.
You look high. You see what looks like some large stuffed bird kind of hanging between the rafters.
I punch it.
Give me an attack roll.
Yes.
I miss.
Yeah. You leap up, but it's just barely out of your reach. So yeah.
Did you spook it? Maybe?
Get out of here, folder. You probably scared that dead stuffed bird more than anything, yeah.
It's an ex-bird.
It's an ex-bird, not an ex-man, just a former bird. I'm trying to look. I thought I had. Nope, I don't. That's fine. So you try to punch the bird. Other than that, you don't see anything in the rafters. Jake, you descend down the stairs, and it looks like a study. There's a table with some maps, some notes spread out. There's a rough kind of basic-looking chair setting in front of it, a small oil lantern on the table. What do you want to do, man?
I'll take the oil lantern. That could be useful later on. And then I'll just examine the table the lantern was on.
Sure.
Search it for goods.
I'm presuming you can read. So yeah, you move over. And sure enough, you find notes, a map. It looks like the map is pointing to roughly where you all found that ship. And you find notes kind of planning out an expedition there to investigate the star that fell from the sky. And
That same one that we already investigated, or a different one?
It looks like the same one. The dates match up fairly well.
Yeah.
With, when you went to go check it out.
Well, he died on his way there,
Yeah.
or he's on his way there, and maybe we gotta find him there.
He was one of them things that they sucked the brains out and ate and all that kind of thing.
And that's why that fellow is so stupid?
That could be.
Could be.
Is anyone else searching the house?
I'm looking for any signs of like luggage or, travel gear, that kind of thing.
Sure. I'll give it. You find sure enough, you find a pack, his warm leather clothes. It looks like if he went on an expedition, he made it back because these things, they're unpacked. You can see the heavy fur clothing he probably wore out while traveling across the tundra, just kind of dumped onto the floor next to his pack. You pick up the clothing, maybe kind of poking through it, maybe getting something with a scent on it for your pig. But you find what looks like a broken portion of a glass jar.
It's one of them things. It's one of them things. I got one, where like the world ends or something. You guys said something about it. Jeff wasn't here for that episode, but I remember something about it.
But yeah, and it does, you still got that glass jar, and it identical to what you've got.
Are we gonna have to murder this whole goddamn town?
I mean,
Maybe
possibility.
it's for the greater good, Cletus. Not because we enjoy it.
This time.
Yeah,
It's not murder when you don't enjoy it.
I guess. Yeah.
That sounds right.
Thank you, Mom Porter. That actually makes me feel a little bit better about the situation. It ain't murder if you don't enjoy it. I should get that on a shirt.
I do suppose
Sounds
that
good.
checks out.
And it looks like an insult has been redeemed in the chat. I don't know who the fuck you are, John Makutsa, Maksuda. I don't even know how to pronounce your fucking name, man. You've got some nerve coming into my channel, demanding that I insult you. So, seeing as I don't know you and I can't customize this insult more, whoever you are, I'm sure your parents are deeply disappointed. And
we do know that you have questionable tastes if you are watching us.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's a given.
And also, you smell bad. Listen, smell-o-vision
We can't
works.
pronounce your name. We don't want to pronounce your name. We don't want to smell you. We don't want to. Well, we do want to see you. Keep coming back, but
Yeah,
just
okay.
kind of
There you go.
keep your distance.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. Anyway, yeah, you find this broken jar. Now, Jake, go and
What
roll
it-
me an intelligence test.
I was gonna ask, like, now what exactly was supposed to happen if one of these things got out? Someone like walked me through that. I was probably smashed when that conversation happened.
Oh no. I'm all maxed out on boons, unfortunately.
You can max out on those?
I
Yeah.
thought we could only get 10.
I think that's right. Maybe.
Boy.
Or,
Well, then in that case, I got 11.
okay.
You want to give me some of those for make it up for all my hexes? No.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, can I buy off other people's hexes?
I don't know. Listen, did the sheet top you out at 10?
Nope.
Just put down 11. I don't know the rules.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fucking argue it right now. Who wants to
But
do
either
that?
way, crit nat 20 on that intelligence check.
Yeah. So as you're turning to kind of head back up when you hear Mama Purdy
very
asking
smart.
about that, you do see a couple scraps of paper that looks like they may have fallen, and they're kind of setting under the ladder, kind of on the back side of it. And just scribblings, ramblings, like wording that doesn't make sense. The handwriting is frantic. talking about I have to share the gift. I have to share this. I must share the gift. I can feel it changing. I can hear everyone.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up that map and those notes for the expedition, and then I'm gonna point to the jar and say, "Yeah, we're dealing with an entire town, possibly of mind flayers."
Anyway, did someone want to explain to Mama Purdy what this means?
I'll part my hair and point to the scar on my head from where I got my brain nearly sucked out that one time.
That did happen, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of partially like them if I recall correctly.
Oh, that's right. They tried to assimilate you.
You and
Yeah.
Mama Purdy, you got the worst of it.
But yeah, I'm going to point out how the thing that did that is quite possibly what this town is turning into. Somebody got a slug in them, and now they want to spread the wealth, as it were.
Could be.
Pretty clear as this Jeffrey son of a bitch who's got the worm, and never trust a person named Jeffrey, especially if they go by Jeffrey and not the more appropriate shortened version Jeff, because Jeffrey just sound. Never mind, I got feelings on it.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, when in doubt, you can always be pretty sure Jeff did it.
That is true. Now, if they got a GE and they go by Geoff, you just might as well kill them right out front. But anyway,
It is known.
we should probably find. Now, do we think like if we kill the originator of the thingy, might make the rest of them okay? Or do we just gotta kill them all?
I don't think so.
I
Yeah.
don't know, but that would be the first one I'd go for.
Like when we killed the grown-up ones at the ship, the little baby ones in the jars didn't die. So I'm guessing no.
Do we think that they sick people like that other person we dropped off over there, do we think they got like stuff in their brains too, or that's just like a byproduct or something?
Might be worth taking a look at their ears just to see if there's been any burrowing.
Yeah. Maybe before we go like lock them inside of that place and burn them all to a crisp, we should just give it a cursory review.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
We
did
just
you
got to remember, if we need to, we don't enjoy the burning.
Right.
That could be
Unless we
trouble for
have to,
me.
and then we do.
I kind of like setting things on fire, but that's all right. Listen, when we need it, I can get old Shuck out here and sniff this whole underwear, and we might be able to track down this Jeffrey fella. But only when we're ready, because there ain't no stopping Shuck when the Shuck gets going.
I guess we came here for a butthole, but now it's time to go check some ear holes.
Make some bullet holes if need be.
I'm going to scoop up a bunch of his underwear for a variety of reasons, and I don't need your judgment. And I'm going to put it in my bag for later.
You do so.
Also, for when we call old Chuck.
Okay.
I'm going to be the bigger man and not try to show you out with all that underwear to the nurse lady.
The bigger man. Ain't no man bigger than you, Cletus.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wait. Oh.
Okay. Neither Mama nor Jeff could get through that line without laughing.
So, what's going on next?
Gonna do some like professional medical work of like, what is that, like basically a wet willy check?
Wet check.
Oh.
Maybe start with the dry one and then go to a wet one.
Yeah, if we go for a dry one and
It's already wet.
I was gonna say, yeah, if the willy's already wet.
Well, it might be worth at least telling the
Good sign.
nurses and showing the bottle what might be in them. They might have a better idea of how to help them. But they know
That's a
that,
good point. She might actually have some like legitimate medical knowledge.
It's true.
I think it's inside the brain, it's too late.
Yes,
I could
this
be
thing,
wrong.
like if we let her know, it's gonna make. And I'm sorry to sound like a terrible person, but it's gonna make locking them inside and burning them all harder.
Of which we will have absolutely no fun doing.
None
No, man, I'm
whatsoever.
gonna hate
No.
it.
I mean, I'm going to
Unless we
enjoy
have
lighting the
to.
fire, but I'm not going to be enjoying when they burn. Anyway, option C, and I'm going to pull out my David Bowie knife, and I could just carve on into one of their ears and see if we find something.
Well,
For
we need not be
science.
hasty. Maybe someone's expired already, and we can just
Yeah.
crack open their skulls and root through it and see what we can find.
Do we know what happens once they suck the whole brain? Do they get out and leave and go into a different brain? And that's why it's like shifting all over to different people.
I mean, I think they like take over the body.
Yeah, man, I think they change you. Like,
Put up
You-
like an Edgar suit.
Okay. Well, we might as well start poking around with one of them then.
all right.
So, heading back to the tavern.
Somebody should probably be on standby with fire. And a big bar.
Stand by with fire. Hold up the
Just
jug.
in case we have to burn this building down. Be terrible.
Okay. So yeah, you all travel back over to Dugan's drinking hole. Who all is going in and who's staying outside with fire? Or is everyone going in?
Me and Yidis will stay outside,
Okay.
and we will power slam anyone coming out of that.
Please don't power slam me on my way out the door.
Give him a brain buster, and if it doesn't work, set him on fire.
Ye just does not understand exception to rule. You come out, you get slammed.
This is where
Okay, guys, we got him.
Okay. So
I'll head in there.
yeah. Those of you who head in, the nurse greets you again like that was quick. Something else I can help you out with?
Maybe.
Oh. What do you want?
Ollie, you're a man with the big brain.
At least the tastiest one. We need to check. We have reason to suspect that there is a very particular form of sickness that we've seen in another location that could be taking root in this town. Would you mind if we had a look at somebody who has been? Has there been anybody who's been acting strangely under your care? And if so, may we take a look at them?
I mean, everyone who's sick, I mean, they're all acting weird. It's like they're, aloof, not really their kind of odd behavior. Nothing dangerous that I've seen so far. But I mean, if you want to take a look at one of them, yeah, just, try not
Absolutely.
to disturb them so much. I mean, I'm trying to mend these people back up, and rest is the best way to do it.
I'll treat them as gently as possible.
Sure. So what do you want to look at, Jake?
I don't know if there's somebody just sitting comfortably or something like that. I'll just pop on over and introduce myself.
You can move over to one of the cots. You see what looks like a woman, maybe in her 20s or 30s, lying there, kind of just blankly staring at the ceiling.
I'll kind of snap my fingers in front of her face and wave my hand in front of it.
Sure.
See if she responds.
Sure. As you snap her fingers, her, face kind of turns towards you. Her eyes kind of focus on you a little bit. Is it time to go fishing again? I don't have the nets mended yet.
You've been taking a lot of fishing trips?
Yeah, my husband and I fish We catch trout in the lake.
I see. Which lake do you prefer fishing in?
Oh, we only fish in the red waters, which would be the lake right here off of town.
Okay. Well, I was worried for a second. They were fishing further north. No, I was just making sure that that you're doing okay, that you're doing well. I may have an idea as to why you might not be feeling as peppy as you usually are. So I was hoping to maybe just give you a quick checkup, see how you're doing.
Okay.
All right, just a second here, and I'll lean down and I'll get that oil lantern from before, and I'll go ahead and I'll light that up, and then try to get a good illuminated view of her ear.
Sure, give me an intelligence test.
Alrighty. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can see that you look in her left ear first, and then you turn her head and you look in her right ear. And you can see there's some bruising. Like inside in the I don't know, the ear canal or whatever you would call it. But it's as you're kind of checking it out, you kind of see the loose kind of saggy skin around her face. You can see like something just kind of move under the skin for a second. Thinking like, it looks like maybe a vein shifts, but then it kind of retracts kind of like up towards the jaw.
Oh boy.
Everything looking quite right there, isn't it? Maybe we need to check someone else.
Yeah, things aren't going as easily as I'd hoped. Sorry to bother you, ma'am. I'll get back to you in a second, actually.
Okay.
Just stay relaxed. Think about fishing.
Okay, I still need to get the nets fixed.
Oh, we'll worry about that later. Don't you worry. I'll go to the next cot. Or the next occupied cot.
Hey, chill out corner. Thanks for coming by. But yeah, you know what you're looking for. And sure enough, one of the ears has that same bruising. This one's, kind of middle-aged man, 40s, 50s maybe. You move up, you check it, but then you can see as you're kind of like, you roll his head, there's something like kind of, I don't know, like almost like kind of dirtyish yellow lying on the pillow. Looks like it kind of rolls underneath his head.
Perhaps it's quite a lot of earwax he's got there, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a common symptom with the Cronus diabolus. Yeah, we'll have to get some antibiotics for that later.
I think that was my tooth.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't? Here, let me check real quick. I'll try to, scoot his pillow as gently as I can.
Yeah, it's a tooth.
Oh, were you putting it there for the tooth fairy, or?
No, I think it fell out. And he kind of reaches into his mouth.
You just pull another one out?
And he just pulls another tooth out. Yeah, look, it looks just like this one.
Well, you're in for at least a good couple dollars. It's the rate you're
Here, let
going.
me stuff those under your pillow for you. And I'll take that tooth and I'll scoop up the other one and I'll put them under the pillow.
Hey, fellas, I think I have an idea. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I'm thinking I would hate it a lot less than the alternative. Sometimes I can channel energies in a certain way to kind of make things sort of freeze up, paralyze, a paralyzing touch, as it were. Now, what if I tried to apply that into a fashion? If you can see where the thing's squirming around, if we can convince that nurse lady to work with us, maybe I can try and granted, I'm going to have to slap these people in the head a little bit. But maybe I could, paralyze the thing. And then she can go in there and extract it.
Slapping supernaturally afflicted, defenseless people. I can't see how this could go right, but I'm willing to give it a try.
I mean, I think I'd rather slap somebody and burn them alive.
That makes sense. All right. Well, we got you all set up for the tooth fairy there, guy. You just go ahead and relax. We're gonna speak to your caretaker, and we'll be out of your hair. Ta-ta.
Okay.
Should we give her a quick check too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna.
How are you going to sell this to?
Cletus, go distract her for a second, and so I can get a good look at the side of her
it's
head.
simple. We just need to make sure that she's not developing the same symptoms, and we got a clear early warning sign.
There you go. Bert, roll me an
Yes.
intelligence test. So yeah, if you want to go and distract her, please do so. Or are you just going to go up and talk to her and ask to look?
Well, I was hoping to have Cletus come up and say something weird at her, so then I could just kind of like sneak up next to her and take a look at her.
Sure.
What's going on outside is the lion saying, "No, Yidis, our foe is very small. We should be looking closely at the ground."
You, as you're kind of telling it, Yidis, to look at the ground, you hear like a little bit of like a crunching noise. Essentially, first you're like footsteps, someone's walking up. But you kind of look around, you don't see anything. But as you're looking around, you do see a large chunk of snow slide off of the roof of the building of the inn you're standing next to. But you look up and you don't see anything. It just looks like some snow worked itself loose.
I find that highly suspicious. The lion will leap to the roof.
Oh, sure thing. Go ahead.
Yes, I'll use my leap power to get up
Sure.
there.
That's awesome.
Jeremy, if you want to roll me a personality test.
I would. I'm just going to kind of walk up there, and I can't quite think of anything fancy to say. I'll just kind of walk up, flourish my glorious mullet, just give her a wink. Let me get that personality test coming. Personality. We can do this. It's not terrible.
She is distracted, but not so much in the way you wanted. But she is distracted enough for Olinthian to take a look. And you don't see any of those bruisings in her ears.
Okay, then I'll just try to like quietly do that tiptoe jog backwards just to get away from her, and then just kind of walk up casually, like, I wasn't just checking out her ear canals. Well, ma'am, I think I have a good understanding of what it is that's afflicting these people, and we may have to employ some sort of experimental procedure in an attempt to help remove their troubles.
Before she answers that, the lion leaps onto the roof, and you all hear a loud boom on the roof above. Now, lion, you get up, you run to the peak of the roof, and you look around. And at the far end of the roof, you actually see the dark form of someone. It looks like they're leaping off the roof, but they're moving very slowly, like they're almost falling in slow motion.
Oh, I still have my leaping ability. I'm going to follow.
Sure, you take a leap.
Yidis, my companion, this way!
As you two leap after this person, it looks like humanoid form, finally the light catches them just right, and they turn, and you're able to get a good look at their face for the first time. As you see this pale skin saggy with these large kind of fleshy tentacles.
I've seen that before. I was imprisoned by these damn things.
And yeah, sure enough, it sees you. And you hear in your head like a whisper, no. As all of a sudden this thing starts floating up into the sky. It looks like it's flying, and it looks like it's trying to fly away from you. Hey, M&R, thanks for the raid. That's fantastic.
Oh, screw that, Chuck. If I can reach him
I'm
with
sure you can.
a 30-foot leap.
I am sure you can.
Yes.
I knew the risk of introducing this monster to a person who can jump like a motherfucker.
All right, so I'm going to do this as a bounding leap attack.
Sure.
So it's at -2 extra damage. Okay, so let's get things set up here. I am going to spend a boon to raise my die type.
Definitely putting burning this building back on the table here, I think.
Yeah. Actually, if I raise the die type, I can't raise the die type in the weapon thing, so I got to do it by hand.
Okay.
So it's a D24.
Okay.
Let's see. Plus 1d6. 25.
Did you roll a-
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a natural 20. That's a crit.
Nicely
That's
done.
fantastic. So yeah, you go ahead and take your boon token
All right.
as you leap up, and your connection, like you're doing your flying leap attack. Is this like a flying kick or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So 20% chance of them being knocked down. So maybe knocked out of the air.
Yep.
My damage dice is increased by a D. So
we need to roll on the
Your
critical hit
crit.
table.
Yep.
Yeah.
well, here's the damage first. Just the regular damage. Only 7 points, but then my crit die is a D16.
That's fantastic. And this is critical hit wrestling.
Wrestling.
All right.
Only a 3.
Only a 3. Let's see what we get. A 3, grab and jab. You twist the target's weapon out of their hand, throwing it 10 feet and staggering them back 10. I'll tell you what.
I think there's an option at the bottom of the sheet where you can basically just do a modified version of the attack you were going for rather than using the move from the crit table.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that, but if it's there, I'm fine.
I mean, it should be at the bottom of the
Yep.
of the chart.
So here's what I was going to suggest is this. They don't have a weapon, so I was just going to offer to step you up one tier on the critical table, which would be knife chop. Your kick connects and you manage somehow to get this heel right in this thing's neck, striking a major artery, temporarily disrupting blood flow, dealing an additional D6 damage, and this thing's going to have to make a fort save or pass out for 1d2 rounds.
Sure.
Awesome.
So there's another D6, another 2 points.
Yep, and
9 points, only 9 points.
9 points, all right.
And they've already got a 20% chance of being knocked down and then possibly knocked out by this.
So do you want to roll a percentile, see if you get that 20%? And I'm going to roll a fortitude save.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Oh, shit, yeah. I got a crit on that, so they don't get knocked out, or they don't pass out. But if you want to give that percent.
Yep, sorry, I need to look something up real quick.
Sure.
Because I also did make my lucha thing, and I have my called signature move should go off as well. Forgot about that. Okay, so bounding leap, there it is. With 20% chance per level. So There's an 80% chance
wow.
that they'll be knocked prone. No, they're not.
They are
Oh.
not. That's too bad.
All right, but then my signature move. All right, so the Lucha die was a 5. So they land prone anyway and must pass a fort save with the DC matching the total attack number 25.
They're not going to be able to pass that. I'll roll it,
Yep.
but they're not going to be able to pass that.
To avoid being knocked unconscious for 1d4 rounds.
Okay. They're prone. As you knock them prone, they start falling out of the sky kind of slowly, and they land on the ground with a decent thud. Doesn't seem like it's hard enough to do damage. You want to give me a d4 roll?
Yep. Also, they're going to take another new Lucha die worth of damage from that
Okay.
as well. Making a new Lucha die roll and add the result to the damage already done.
So that d4, they were unconscious.
3 rounds. Yeah, 3 rounds knocked unconscious.
Okay.
Only another point of damage. So that's what is that? 10 points now?
10 points.
10
Yeah,
points.
10
That's
points.
awesome.
Yeah, so the lion will roar out.
So this
Challenge to alert folks.
this creature is now unconscious for 3 rounds. Those of you inside, you hear the thump of the lion landing on the roof. You hear a couple hard steps. You hear a couple other softer thumps. You're not sure what they are. And then every person lying in these beds sets up immediately and in unison as outside you hear the lions roar.
Awesome. Can Yeetus follow up and do like sort of a tag team combo after what Lions just done? Because I think it would be fun after he falls unconscious for Yeetus to just pick him up and do a Zangief style spinning pile driver off the building.
Sure,
my
yeah. I would love that.
Awesome.
Combo.
Yeah, I mean that just seems like the thing to do.
Yeah.
He's probably going to make it like really sloppy. I doubt it'll turn out quite that cool. But why
That's
not?
not what's important.
Any
It's the
bonus
effort.
to attacking an unconscious foe?
Yeah, take a we'll take a +4 on this.
All right, he can do it. Oh, 14 after the deed die.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That's enough to pull off. I'm assuming a brain buster is the closest thing to a pile driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my signature move is the brain buster. So
So,
Nice. It would make sense for you to copy the signature.
yeah.
yeah. So it's 4 from the initial. I need to look up what brain buster does. I'm sorry.
3, opponent lands prone and is stunned for 1 round. Attacking and defending with the -3 penalty to attacks, damage, armor class, and saving throws. Which he's already unconscious for more rounds. So
Is that right? You deal 1 point of damage.
And then 3 from the deed.
Okay, so 4 points of damage
Yeah.
altogether. Doing this off of the roof is amazingly cool, but it is a bit of a fall.
Yeah.
So both Yeetus and this creature are going to take an additional 3 points of fall damage as well.
Worth it.
That's all right.
But as this pile driver, Yeetus lands hard with this creature's head between his knees on the snow, but even the snow doesn't protect it as this thing's head just ruptures like a cantaloupe on the ground, spraying out this sickly kind of purplish blood all across the snow. The body goes limp.
the lion goes, we probably needed to talk to him.
So
Are you done? Well done.
those of you inside, you hear the lion's roar. You hear the sick sound of someone falling. John, we're not healing that monster. It says a character. Maybe 400 bits I would consider it, but probably not. I do appreciate those bits though. If anyone's down some hit points, go ahead and that's heal 1 hit die. I think only Yeetus is down right now, right? So yeah, Yeetus, go and heal a hit die. But all of a sudden, the people inside start screaming, and it's about at the same time you all hear Yeta scream outside. Everyone who's inside, I need you to make me a save. Let me make sure I tell you the right one. I want a will save. As all the people inside this start screaming.
Oh. Just doing my thing, guys.
Okay, so Olympian and Cletus make it, while Mama Purdy and Glint do not, and the nurse does not either. Those of you who fail take 5 points of intelligence damage.
Ooh. Is that like a permanent thing or a temporary thing?
It'll recover like hit points do.
Okay.
But, you know, if you run out of intelligence, you're brain dead and your character's career is over as they start their new career as a vegetable. Maybe a cucumber, maybe a potato.
Just hopefully not a carrot.
Hopefully not a carrot.
Bad experiences with sent you carrots.
Kumquat.
Okay. Then, as the screen subsides, you all, when they scream it, like it rattles around inside your head. It's like they're screaming in the physical space, but they're also just screaming, and you can hear these screams inside your head, like originating from within. And then they all kind of collapse and fall back into their beds. Apparently, it looks like they've all passed out. As the nurse, like, what the fuck did you do? Like,
You know what? I'll just. So, ma'am, you got space worms. There are space worms crawling around inside their faces.
Yeah.
I don't know a better way to say it, but what we were planning to do is like, sometimes I can slap people, make them stay still. And I was going to slap them and let you pull the worms out, seeing as you're a medical professional. But seeing as they're already all unconscious, like maybe we just go and extract right now.
I need you all to get out of here.
No, please, ma'am. I'm begging you. I'm serious. You yourself said this didn't. You didn't know what was going on here.
Chuck, can the lion and you just be dramatically opening the door at this point?
yeah.
I'm dragging.
pressing the thing.
Yeah, we'll drag it in by its tentacles and throw it on the floor in front of her.
Yeah. The door flies open as Cletus is trying to make this pitch. You know, like in walks, you know, the lion and Yeetus looking proud, dragging this corpse. But it's as soon as the door flies open, Cletus, she turns around and she runs to the back of the room and she picks up this double barrel shotgun leaning against a fireplace. But as she turns around, she sees this tentacled creature thrown out on the floor. Oh, I need to sit down. As she pulls up a chair.
I mean, also what I could say this under different.
Give her a drink.
Yeah, I was about to say. I wish I could have said this under.
Mama Purdy pours a little drink into a glass, slides it over.
Kill her with
What
that.
save does she need to make?
It's
Don't
what's
drink
it called?
that. Don't drink that.
Fortitude? She's like, I need it. I need it. Oh, she hard fails.
Okay. She's out.
We saved her sanity.
She just passes out, slumps over. Now, one thing I did forget to do is I always forget to do this. I needed a grit check from everyone at this point. I need from the lion for seeing this flying tentacled creature. And then from
But I've seen them before. Come on. These things are what trapped me.
Oh, shit. Okay, no, if you've seen it before, that's fine. Oh, shit, you're right. Yeah, they did trap you. Yeah, that wasn't even far. Yeah, lion, you're fine. Like, you knew what you were going up against. Everyone else, just the shock of all these people setting up, screaming their heads off. I do want a grit test on that.
And that's a will save.
That's a will save, yeah.
Okay.
Boy.
There is a grit check button on the sheet, though.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is.
Okay, some of you did good. Some not so much. That's fine. Mama Purdy, It looks like Mama Purdy. You're the only one who fails it. Let's see. I want.
Can you re-roll that
nice.
with a boon?
Sure.
I wasn't sure because I have a lot of those.
Yeah. Boons are
Didn't do good on
reshuffle,
the
get
next
red,
one.
re-roll, anything that's not a fumble. Yeah.
12 on the second time around.
Okay. 12, fine. You
There you
pass it
go.
then.
Okay.
It wasn't high. These people don't have a lot of hit dice. So, yeah, you all clear. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, the nurse is now passed out, slumped over in this chair.
Well,
Well, let's check the patients and see how they're doing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have my backhand ready.
Well, I just need to know what you're gonna do.
I mean, initially we were hoping to get that nurse lady to help extract some space worms, but I mean,
I'll
how
just,
hard could that be? Let's go
I
get her
got it.
medical.
I got my David Bowie now. We got this.
Sure. You grab your David Bowie knife.
Take a look around and see if there are like any forceps or,
Got a
around.
fireplace.
I'll
right
tell you
there.
what,
There's
she
probably
is
something.
like a trained, well, as close as you get to a trained nurse. There wasn't really medical school back in these days, but she was a medical practitioner, brought down from East Haven. So I'll say she has a bag with some standard surgical tools for the time. So
Maybe try these.
yeah, you can even find some real sharp, what would pass as scalpels at the time,
Oh, and just to see if it makes any difference, pick up the corpse of the thing, kind of move it around, see if maybe it attracts anything out of the body.
You do,
Ooh.
and it does not.
All right. Well, while they're doing that, I'm going to give the corpse a pat down, see if there's anything on him.
Yeah, give this thing a pat down. It actually looks like it's wearing like, just the regular clothing that you would see on, a normal person.
This is probably that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you find a handful of dollars in a pocket. In a back pocket, you find a pair of, kind of longish pliers, as well as a leather pouch that when you unfold, it's got some fishing hooks in it. They're fairly large fishing hooks. No real identification on him, though. His shoes are missing because it looks like his feet have changed. They're large and webbed. His arms are elongated now. He's got kind of the shorts, or like his spiked claws almost, you could think of it as. But no identification. It looks almost like the dress of like a fisherman or something like that.
Right. Well, I hand over the long set of nippers and bag of fish hooks. Hey, I mean, you can fish for worms, right? Here. have some hooks. And then that body is going right into the fire.
You stuffed the body in the fire.
Don't even have to noodle anymore. Can just actually fish now.
Looks like you find like $6 on them.
All right, I'll just drop it in something that looks like a donation bin for her.
Sure. All right, so we got a medical procedure coming up. What the hell do you want to do?
Who wants to be the lucky soul that goes rooting around in people's heads?
Probably not it.
Is this something where you think it's more important to have like steady hands or a keen mind?
There could be an argument for either one of them. Usually medical stuff like that, I kind of lean towards like an intelligence, knowing the human anatomy. But if you're not really caring if you're damaging the person, you're just trying to get in there and snatch a worm out, yeah, I could make an argument for steady hands.
I could maybe deliver on steady hands, but knowing much more than that, not so much.
I'm not a genius, but I'm not particularly dumb, so I'll give it a shot on at least one of them.
That sounds great because I'm incredibly stupid.
All right. So, Olympian, You have these pliers. You have a Mama Purdy with a sharp Bowie knife ready to make a cut.
Ready. Just point me at it.
So I'll tell you what, Olympian, you're going to make me, if you're going intelligence, I want an intelligence test, but I want you to move a die size up for Mama Purdy, giving you an assist on this, being the knife wielder.
Yeah, ready?
I'm also gonna have a little like piece of cloth, and I'm gonna dab his forehead a bit
Ooh.
every now and then.
Yeah.
We really need a preacher. we really
Yeah.
need a preacher.
It would help a lot.
Details.
He could turn the unnatural out of those bodies.
Oh, that would be so handy.
I'm glad you don't have a preacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
okay. You have Mama Purdy. You saw the tentacle kind of move in the, the under jaw area. So Mama Purdy slices with this Bowie knife along the jawline. And you use these pliers to kind of spread open the skin so you can see in there. And sure enough, you see this meaty tentacle lying in there, and you grab it and you start pulling it out, and it pulls out. It's maybe, I don't know, maybe a good foot starts pulling out through this gap. But as you're kind of pulling out, bits of bone are coming along with it, and every now and then a chunk of bone with some gum and maybe a tooth sticking out of it.
As I'm pulling this out, I'm looking at the others and I'm just kind of shaking my head. And I say, this one might not make it, but
I'll go ahead and stab it in the throat and just kind of go around. It's a mercy killing at this point.
You give a mercy kill on this creature.
Do the same thing if we had a buck that was hurt or something like that, don't we? This is a good thing.
Ooh, can I
either
find
way,
a-
I'm still going to try to pull this thing out to maybe gain a little experience on
Sure.
the not doing so as
Practice.
messily on the next
Practice.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Bert,
who doesn't here? You're gonna be so good by the end of this, Ollie.
what'd you have, Bert?
I'm gonna get one of those bed warmers that you put, you burning
yeah.
coals in.
In the
So I'm just gonna bring that over so they can just toss all the worms in it.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got it ready to slow but yeah, as you kind of move this cut across the jawline, you actually realize that most of the jawline is just the jawbone is just breaking apart and pulling out. You can see in the back of the mouth, back of the throat area, this kind of strange oblong, black looking, almost looks like a piece of bone. And as you're kind of poking around, you actually realize that it's a beak that's kind of growing in.
Oh.
As you find the other 3 tentacles that are attached to what would have been the upper jaw area. And the teeth just pop right out as you kind of work your way through this.
getting to late stage Brundlefly mind flayer here.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if this slug crawled in through the ear canal, I mean, you might have to crack a head open to.
Yep. I think I'll look back at the party and I'll just say I truly do believe that these people are doomed. Yeah. I'll just throw my hands to the side and I'll take my coin and start slipping it under people's tongues just in case and saying a few words of on your way, spirits.
Sure. A couple of people, as you try and slip the coin under their tongue just pulls right out. But
I'll be sure to just kind of set it back in there and just kind of hold it down for a bit while I say what I need to say.
sure.
Bam. No.
Then as soon as I'm done, I'll just kind of motion to Mama Purdy like, hey, go ahead. Well,
I'll just go ahead. I'll wait patiently. Oh, okay. And then I'll go ahead one by one.
Yeah, Mama
Like,
Purdy.
Hey, Cletus, can you go get like a pyre set up outside? We can burn all the bodies, make sure no trace of this. It's just procedure and such.
Punch some trees, Cletus.
Okay.
Leave the old mama to do all the hard work.
Cletus, if you go outside, there's a couple of cords of lumber alongside the house of firewood. So there's plenty of wood pre-chopped that you and probably Yeetus could start building up to make a healthy sized pyre.
Well, Yeetus, at least we learned something important today. It's not murder if you don't enjoy it.
Stop smiling, Yeetus.
You just murder octopus man. You just enjoy much.
So
Starts pulling the tentacles off and taping them to his mask.
Yes.
Honestly, that would be pretty awesome.
Just have a beard of tentacles and two
It's
giant
Dwergar
antlers.
hair and tentacles.
oh my gosh, that's amazing. But yeah, a couple hours go past. The people
Make
here.
sure we burn all those worms in the bedpan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually,
Also would be-
as you're moving
go
through these, you actually don't find any of these worms.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
They are developed.
Now no one said that they were cutting a head open.
Yeah.
If you wanted
Well, I
to
thought
get,
that's what Mama Birdie was actually doing, was going through
No,
with
I
David
was-
Bowie. And
I was killing them when Ollie said there was no. When Ollie gave me the clear and said it was okay, and there was no helping these people, and I was just killing them.
well,
those
I point out that we were told that they got to be burned.
I know that's what we're doing. We're
But
slashing
they
the
might
throat.
escape between here and the pyre. I mean, shouldn't we just fish them out and make sure?
Is it a case of them not being there, or are they just evolving into the next form?
Mhm.
That's how I was interpreting the signs.
Yeah. Okay.
They look very much as if the worms have grown.
Right.
They've already eaten as much of the brain as they want. Although it might not hurt to actually take a look and see what sort of damage they do. I'll go back to the last clearly deceased one.
there is
and then
a bone saw in that bag of surgical tools too.
I was just going to use my magic sword, but that would actually help a lot more. So,
Yeah, you spend 5-10 minutes cutting into this this person's head. You cut around the crown of the head.
I'll make sure the nurse is still passed out.
Oh, she's out. She's going to be out for a good number of hours.
Okay, yeah.
And you
Now I get to it.
Good.
you
Good.
pop the top off, and normally, I don't know if any of you would have. Well, I mean, probably in Olympian definitely would have seen a brain or two in his time. Those of you more acclimated to violence will probably see a brain or two in your time. But there's no what you would be like a regular brain inside here. It's a large, almost looks kind of slime coated, kind of membrane coated organ of some kind. But as you're kind of poking around, you can see the little worms that Mama Purdy has in her jar have these tiny little, like little legs. Think like kind of elongated, like tick legs. And this organ kind of has those legs kind of going along the side of it. It looks like this thing crawled inside, ate the brain, and replaced it. Kind of like those one parasites that'll crawl in a fish's mouth, eat the tongue, and then replace the tongue with itself. So the brain of these people is the creature.
Well,
So who wants to
Ooh-wee.
take on talking to that poor little child tending to her mama?
Oh, you remembered.
Because, shit. Which basically we're probably going to have to go look around house by house. I mean, obviously we burn these. And then
could just burn the whole town just to be sure.
Well, I mean, not everybody. Oh my God, what if we don't have a way of
Just
knowing?
Well, if this was the Taskmaster and his cranial destruction led to the unconsciousness of all these people, then hopefully that's the case for anybody who's been infected recently.
Oh, thank God.
Good point.
I really didn't. I was just not in the mood to kill another child.
Well, if we have to, it won't be a child. Or I guess it will be a child, but an evil brain-sucking space child. Technically, they're all evil brain-sucking space children at this point.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
if
that brings me
mom's
some
brain has
comfort.
been eaten. She's an orphan.
My God,
We'll send this one to the good orphanage.
it's all coming together now.
Oh my God.
We're just making more orphans to replace the ones we killed.
That's the noble deed, I think.
Yeah.
Always leave things the way you found them.
Take an orphan, leave an orphan. There must always be balance.
Yeah. So what are y'all doing next?
Well, I guess we burn all these bodies after Mama Purdy cuts some throats, and I guess we go like we know where at least one more person is. We should probably check the other houses too.
Yeah, we really need to go door to door and drag
Yeah.
out any
Yeah.
unconscious bodies.
I mean, at this point, we might as well burn the whole damn place down.
I mean, if we find some people that aren't unconscious, it's gonna
Yeah.
be pretty awkward. But like, I mean, I'm
Stay
not
put for a
saying-
second.
You're right. I got a little excited there. Fire.
I understand. I do.
I would have hated it. On the outside.
So door to door is what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you all set out.
Is there like a town hall sort of deal here?
Yeah, the kind of the longhouse, kind of south and east a little ways, would be kind of like the town hall.
Maybe they'll have like a list of residents that we could exploit.
Sure. I mean, they'll have something. Yeah, at least some record of, the persons in the town. Sure.
People who get mail here, that sort of thing.
So yeah, you all make your way over to the town hall. But as you're going there, you see one of the houses with the smoke coming out of the chimney, a light on inside, and you can see there's a figure standing inside, silhouetted on the window, inside looking out at all of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's an odd place to just be hanging around.
And this is a house just on the way there, just one of the houses, watching you all walk down the street. Anything you want to do, or just continue on?
I'll just give a little wave and keep heading down.
Yeah, they lift their hand, they wave back with very elongated fingers.
Oh, jeez.
Lower their hand back down.
Maybe we should go pay our respects personally.
To this house, you mean?
To this person.
Okay,
Long fingers.
let's
I
go for
imagine
it.
the lion and Yeetus are pulling along like a flatbedded cart. We're just piling the bodies on it as we're going.
It's like the Monty Python. Bring out your dead.
Yes.
I'm not dead yet. Anyway.
Man.
Happy.
Oh man.
So why don't it's time. We've been at this for 2 hours. Why don't we call this a resting place? And in 2 weeks we'll come back.
We are going to call this a resting place. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
2
man.
weeks we'll come back to you all doing something about this silhouetted figure standing inside. Then you can get yourself the the town manuscript or whatever that would have a listing of all the residents. And then if you want, you could start the grisly task of going house to house, dispatching those sick and sparing those that don't have bruised ear canals.
Yay.
Fun times. Fun times.
It's gonna be delightful.
Yeah.
We're big heroes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's our session for tonight. Everyone who watched, thank you for watching. We'll be back at this in 2 weeks.
Why are you still watching us?
The lion wants to know.
There you go. Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks for more of this. You're watching us on Defenders of Cobalt. If you want to swing back by on Friday at 9 p.m. Central, we're doing some basic fantasy role-playing game. You want to swing Sunday over at Free League Publishing. We're going to be doing some Forbidden Lands at 1 p.m. Central. And then we won't have another thing on this channel until next Wednesday at 10 p.m. Central, as Jeremy runs us through some Spectaculars. And actually, I think this is the Spectaculars crew as well. So
Yeah.
see all of us in a week at 10 p.m. Central for some Spectaculars.
Yay.
Let's do
Where we
some
play heroes.
heroes.
Superheroes.
Yeah.
Superheroes.
Superheroes.
Big quotes on both parts of that.
Yeah. So, Bert, what you got going?
Hey, Friday on twitch.tv/Steam Still Murder, we've got our BX Dungeons and Dragons game. Sunday, Shadowrun.
Yeah, buddy.
Some PBTA powered Shadowrun. And next Tuesday, we have first edition Dungeons and Dragons. So that's what's going on.
Very cool. Jeff?
Twitch.tv/The Lollygaggers. Also on Friday, 8 Central, we've got Delta Green, where we're playing our Impossible Landscapes campaign. Then this coming Monday, we are back to the Free League Publishing channel playing Things from the Flood. And starting on May 1st, we got a Worlds Without Number game going. We also have a Alien game that continues.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah,
So
it's
do
fun.
that too.
Everything's fine. Jeremy?
Just playing games with you beautiful people. Sometimes talk about comics. Plutcast, PLE, WD. Why not?
And there we go. That's what we got. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I guess I should get this. Let me get the studio mode set up real quick. I always forget that. And then I'm like, goodbye, everybody, as everyone gets to watch me scramble for a minute. So anyway, until we see you next time, start fires.
We feel really bad about ourselves.
Do we?
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and tip your fucking bartenders. Deuces.
Thanks, everybody.